Hello, everyone. This is your host, Avira Windsor, and I'm brought here with my co-host.
Hi, I'm Geo Aster, and welcome to the third episode of the Whispering Wits podcast.
Yay! Third episode already. That is quite
Yeah.
crazy. Anywho, do you have any small announcements, real quick, or not before we head into it?
I guess what to really announce is that viewer aggression is or viewer discretion. I don't know the word.
Discretion.
Just
Yeah.
warning for viewers, whoever decides to watch. Just we talk about some sensitive subjects, and a viewer can lead us into the subject in a second. But we go over some pretty harsh and nasty subjects, so just be warned that this is a dark, just
Yeah.
not child friendly type of area that we are going down today.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and lead us into the warnings right now and also some notes. So I'll go with the notes first, saying that all characters and stories are fake. We don't want a repeat of what happened some years ago. Also, we do not own any of the characters that we mention in this episode. And some warnings are so the like Gio said, the stories go over some really serious topics. For example, murder, hauntings, suicide, self-harm, and some, I guess, entities, demonic entities, rituals, and so on and so forth. And then there's also some mental disorders that will also come up, so we just kind of want to point out some of them because I know that they aren't all on this list that I mentioned. There'll probably be some more that upcomes, and I'm sorry if I don't say them right away. So, but mostly there's going to be bipolar, depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, and also some other disorders that mainly come with one of the characters, that is SIPA. That is basically where you don't feel pain, I'm pretty sure. You can correct me on that, right, Geo?
I don't fully know. It just stands for congenital insensitivity to pain and androitis. So yeah, yeah.
Basically.
So it just be a lack of pain.
Yeah. And then also Tourette syndrome, which will also appear in a character's story. We also don't have all the characters down on the list. We're gonna go off the main ones that do occur, and there are basically two creepypastas that some people say that aren't fully in the fandom because they are in their own little circle of the Slenderverse. But we still mention them anyways because they're still really popular with the fandom. That was a mouthful.
Mhm.
So the creepypasta stories that we will mainly try and talk about today is Jeff the Killer, Homicidal Lou, Nina the Killer, Eilish Jack, Slenderman, Sally, Ben Drown, Clockwork, Hoodie, Masky, X Virus, Tiki Toby, Lazari, Laughing Jack, and Jade the Killer. Also, with this episode, we will be talking about kind of going over the stories, small bits, basically summarizing it, and then we're going to talk about the characters in our own opinion, and also we might mention some headcanons that we have for them. If you don't like the headcanons that we do mention or talk about, um, do whatever you want with that information. Just please don't go in the comments and start ranting a hate speech, because this is all in our words and our opinions. So please don't take anything we say 100% seriously.
Mhm. And I like little thing onto a viewer's was saying. If you do if like whoever decides to watch, if you do have like theories or ideas that you'd want to maybe inform us about, you could tell us in the comments.
Hmm.
Like just overall, just be nice about it. Like if you want to share your theories, go right on ahead.
Yeah, because we'd honestly love to see what you guys think, and then maybe in some upcoming podcast episodes, mainly we have some October specials going on soon. Um, we might bring up some of those theories and comments that you guys mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we should move on with the first character, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
All right. So the first, because we're gonna go in the order that I mentioned them in. So first is Jeff the Killer. So basically, Jeff the Killer was originally made in 2011 and was basically remade in 2015 to go along with his brother's story. Because I'm pretty sure in his original one, it's been a while since I've read his story. I probably should have done that like last night or something. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure in his original story he did end up killing Lou. But this one, but in the new one, we're probably mainly going to talk about, he ends up keeping him, he thinks that he died, but he's actually still alive. And we'll talk about that more for Lou's story. So basically, Jeff is a young boy, 13 years old, and he moves into a neighborhood with his family and brother Lou. And basically, they're at a bus stop when they meet the three bullies, Randy, Keith, and Troy. They get into an argument, and then Jeff starts beating the living shit out of them. And that happens like a few times at least. And then Lou ends up being arrested for covering up for Jeff, because Jeff had his little rampage and then basically got the two in trouble. So as Lou is arrested, Jeff ends up having to go to a party for one of the little kids that live in his neighborhood. And so as he's there, he ends up he ends up playing with the little kids, having a time, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy, until Randy, Keith, and Troy, I'm pretty sure, or just one of them, but I'm pretty sure it was all three, that came to the party after, then ended up chasing Jeff inside the house, and it was, I'm pretty sure, the bathroom that they got Jeff into, as they ended up pouring bleach on him, and then they lit Jeff up in the fire. Jeff, I'm pretty sure, quickly ran downstairs, quickly ran downstairs, still completely on fire, in a blaze. And then, next thing you know, Jeff blacks out, and then he wakes up in a hospital. And he's completely wrapped in bandages. And at that time, Lou is also back from juvie, and his family are all in the room waiting to see Jeff, what happened to him. So the doctor cuts off the bandages from Jeff's face, where where his skin is pure white, and his lips are a very bright red, and his skin's a very kind of leathery texture from the story. And he looks at himself in the mirror, and he finds himself beautiful in his own weird way, laughing hysterically. But the doctors didn't think much of it. They're like, oh, it's probably just something in his brain that's making him act like this. It should go down mainly from the medicine that he was taking. It should go down in like a few days or something. But later that night is when Jeff's mother walks into the bathroom to find Jeff with a knife in his hand, cutting smiles in his face. And he he goes ahead and says, from what I remember, and so I kind of quote, "Mommy, don't you think I'm beautiful?" And then Jeff's mother replies with, "Yes, dear, you're very beautiful. Let me just go get Dad." So basically, Jeff goes after his mom and then ends up killing both his parents with, I'm pretty sure, slicing a smile on their face, so they look just as beautiful as him, because that was the thing. The reason why he cut smiles in his face, I'm pretty sure, was because he got so tired of smiling normally that he just wanted to smile and by cutting into his face a smile, so it's easier. And then soon enough, after he killed his parents, he ended up trying to kill Lou in a way, while saying "go to sleep." And then soon enough, Jeff thinks Lou is dead, and then he ends up lighting the house ablaze. So that's kind of the shortened story from what I remember from when I read the story. Some things could be completely wrong, um, or like some things may be out of order and whatnot. But yeah.
That wasn't very.
What?
That wasn't really short, and you more of like summed up that still took as long.
Yeah. I
I don't
I
know.
I
Jeff has got quite a long story, so
he does. I'm pretty sure his remade story is longer than the original one.
I think so.
I can't remember though. It's been a good while since I've read the story.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any whoa any headcanons or theories for Jeff the Killer?
Um, looking around on Google, and I just searched up Jeffrey the Killer backstory, and I came up with he's an adolescent serial killer and registered creepypasta. He was
Mhm.
disfigured after being set on fire while fighting a gang of bullies and lost his sanity after witnessing his, air quotes, new and beautiful face.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did go a little cuckoo.
He did.
Yeah.
But do you have any headcanons that you have for him that you wanna talk about, speak now or forever hold your peace?
I I I guess I don't really have any headcanons, I would say. Just mostly Jeff is like one of those like he's the basic ones. Like when you just think of creepypasta in general,
Mhm.
who's the first proxy you think of?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeff.
Yeah. He
He's one of those overrated a little bit.
yeah, like his story, like he's a good character, but his story is kind of poorly written.
Yeah.
But it's kind of understandable because it is kind of a short, long story, so it's not like a whole ass chapter book long, so.
Yeah. I'm sure like summing it up, like how you summed it up, that did like kind of dumb it down a little bit, but also like reading the actual story, like you do find out a lot more details. Is
Mhm.
like it goes into detail of like how he was set on fire, where they got the bleach from, like whose birthday party it was, like even I think I don't know if it was the old or new one or something. It might have been both.
Yeah.
They like the story like trailed off and like it went on to talk about like Jeff's parents, Jeff and like Randy's parents or whatever, and like their parents were besties. So they made Jeff and Randy hang out, and then Randy jumped him.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Yeah, and then it more of like focuses on Jeff, which does make sense, but like
Mm-hmm.
Lou's also there and Lou's also a proxy. Like I'm sure like Lou is not really overrated or like he's not really shown upon.
Yeah.
He's like his story more of just clashes with Jeff's, and Jeff's like the main spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it says that Jeffrey like he lost his mind a little bit and he did beat up like Randy and his friends,
Mm-hmm.
and Lou went to jail because of it. Like it just leaves off at there. Like what drove Lou to insanity besides Jeff, obviously. Like did Lou start losing his like sanity in jail or something? Like was jail like the first start of it?
I'm pretty sure it's been I haven't read a Lou's story in a while. I mainly listen to it, so I'm pretty I can't remember if it's an actual part of the story, but I'm pretty sure when cuz from the news story when Jeff didn't fully kill him, he woke up in the when Lou woke up in the hospital, he had this really hot nurse that he ended up forming a crush on, and then they got together, they started dating, and then they went to Lou's and Jeff's childhood home, and then Jeff ended up killing his. I'm pretty sure the nurse was his fiance at the time, as they went to Jeff and Lou's house, and then Jeff ended up sneaking up behind them and then stabbing his fiance.
Oh.
Yeah, so that kind of broke Lou to the point of being like, okay, where is this motherfucker? I'm throwing hands with this bitch.
Okay. So I didn't know as much as I thought I knew. I thought I was finally being smart for once. Like, I was bringing up actually good questions, but no, I was just forced down into rabbit.
That's what happens
I love
when
it.
it's
It's
okay.
been a hop, and
Yeah, it's
yeah. When I first read the old story, it was like 6 years ago. It was a while.
I mainly watched like the like the TikTok creepypasta draw my life videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would mainly watch those because I didn't have full access to the internet at that time. So I'm like, that's how my creepypasta phase started, was because of them.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if they went fully off the character story or whatnot. They probably did, cause I know that there's some different stories for the for each creepypasta.
Ah,
Yeah, but speaking of Lulu, kind of get into we kind of talked about his story.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, we could go over some mental illnesses. I can pull it. I can read those right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got free will to do that.
Ugh. Okay. So, what Google has to offer for Jeff the Killer's mental illnesses, insanity. While he doesn't have his clever and wow, I messed that up so bad. Insanity. While he does have his clever and manipulative moments, it should be noted that Jeff is still insane due to central nerve system depression from the anesthetic neurological damage from being set on fire with a naturally produced chemical called ethanol chloride.
Uh
That's ugh,
huh.
expecting it to continue on, but no, it just cuts off there. I
Yo,
have to click on it to read the rest of it.
ah, I hate when that happens.
Well, has a mind of its own.
Oh no, Nina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll
Please
pull
go straight to Nina.
it. Maybe if my thing wants to pull it up. There it goes. Alright. Alright, so Nina the Killer, otherwise also known as Nina Hopkins, is basically a fangirl of Jeff. Which that's kind of basically how her story unfolds, is that she's basically fantasizing about him being all detective of his murders, kind of what you do when if there's like a like for example a murder case that you really like or enjoy kind of learning about. Like it's kind of like that, but more on a stalkerish level, to the point where she got so attached to him, to the basically to the point that she becomes a yandere, and then in a way, and then ends up killing her family. Um yeah. Oh, it's been a while since I read her story, so yeah, but
That's it.
kind of. Basically, she she's a crazy ass fangirl. Not on like a normal fangirl level, but like one where you should be put in like a mental hospital to a psych ward.
Aw.
In one of those like white rooms with those straight jackets where you're basically hugging yourself and put in the corner of it.
Oh my god, Avira, you should be put there!
Oh my god!
Twinsies! Okay, anyways.
Yeah, her mainly her main goal is to find Jeff the killer, and she also calls him Prince because she is that deep. She is that deep in the rabbit hole. She calls Jeff the killer
Pookie!
Prince.
He calls him Pookie.
Yeah.
Pookie's missing.
Pookie.
Ah, yes, Prince Pookie.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never read Nina's story. So
I've
that's
I've
news to me.
Yeah, I've heard. I watched videos of someone basically drawing her out and reading the story, but it's been so long since I've listened to it and basically read it for so long. I'm like I can't remember.
Mm.
Yeah.
So do we have any headcanons about Nina?
Honestly, for me, I kind of have a small headcanon where it's like over time as Nina found Jeff basically in the mansion, and Jeff basically denied her love for so long. She's like, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna find someone else that loves me for me. But it takes like fucking it took like fucking years for that to finally kick in for her. Though in the end she'll probably still strongly be in love with Jeff.
Yeah, she's just a lonely bisexual.
Yeah. That sounds like someone.
That kind of does. Oh my god.
I wonder who.
Hmm.
Hmm. Do you have any headcanons for Nina?
I say headcanons. Oh, not really headcanons, more like is canon.
Uh-huh.
Nina is like
Mm-hmm.
psychotic. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
psychotically, it's like madly in love with Jeff. Like, I feel like Jeff would be almost disgusted at love. Like,
Disgusted.
yeah, yeah, bro's disgusted. Bro, he smells love in the air, and he's like, "Ugh."
It's like a Valentine's
He like
Day.
he like shrivels away from it.
Like every time Valentine's Day happens and he has like a mission to go on, he's like, Splendor, I can't go out. I'm allergic to whatever these things are.
Jeff locks himself in his room. That's where
That sounds about
he
right.
locks himself in his room every Valentine's Day because he's horrified. Because he knows that the moment he gets out of there, he's gonna get 15 love letters, all from the same person, Nina.
It wouldn't just be from Nina. It'd be from the like half the entire fandom, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have no clue how many times I had Jeff the Killer Simps on my TikTok for you page.
Bro, I was one of those.
Honest, honestly, I was a small one. I wasn't like a major one.
I wasn't like a cringe one, but I had F as my passcode to my phone for like the longest time.
Oh dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I wasn't like super in love, but more of just like, yeah, that's a good character.
yeah, I don't. Oh, I can't remember my first crush from the Creepypasta fandom. I probably want to say it was probably either Masky or Hoodie.
Yeah, that sells, knowing you. That definitely sells. I've read your status on Discord.
Yeah, you have. I don't know. It was so long
Yeah,
ago too when I first got into it. It's like knowing me, it was probably damn well everyone.
yeah.
You ready to get on with the next creepypasta? We didn't do much of Nina because Nina's still a really good character, but it's just been so long since we've uh basically read about her.
And we just don't know much.
Yeah. So shall we move on with EJ, the eyeless boy,
Oh yeah.
cannibal?
Our favorite Smurf.
uh, I don't think we mentioned cannibalism, but cannibalism is a topic in Eyeless Jack's story.
Yeah, like the main one.
Yeah, the main like red flag that you should be warned about is that there is a whole bunch of there's cannibalism and a cult because
He's a cannibalistic Smurf.
oh my god.
You know what makes it even worse? He has no eyes.
Oh no, so
He's an
spooky.
eyeless cannibalistic Smurf.
Oh no.
We need a fan art of that now.
Oh my
That's just
god.
EJ.
So the original story is okay, but it's really goofy. But I heard another story of how Eyelash Jack kind of became Eyelash Jack, but it wasn't like full on the original story. But I just kind of like the fan made story better than the actual original story because like I said, the original story is goofy. It, it
Yeah.
it's just it's so it's we'll probably read the original story when that time comes. We'll probably read it and we'll probably give our full honest opinions about it. But I'm gonna kind of go over the main one I remember and the one I like more because I can't with the original one. But so basically, how the fan made one goes is that his main name is Jack Nicholas, and he is a med student that's in college, and he has this. He has a roommate. I can't remember if his roommate's important or not, but his roommate's Greg. And there's this one girl at the college camp that the college site that Jack lives on, that I'm pretty sure also does medical school. I can't remember. It's been a while. Basically, her name is Jenny, and let me tell you this. I'm pretty sure Jack and Jenny were like friends, but Jack had a bit of a crush on Jenny. This could be 100% false. It could be true. I don't. Like I said, it's been a while. But so one day, Jenny invites Jack to go to basically a party, and so basically Jack goes to the place where Jenny told him to meet, and he finds out that it's actually a cult, believe it or not, and they need to sacrifice someone. So next thing Jack knows, he's having his eyes ripped out and having hot tar like substances being poured into his eye sockets, basically killing him from the inside out, kind of, in a way. And so next thing he knows, his body is soon possessed by the so-called demon that the cult was trying to that they were worshipping.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and thus the demon that's inside Jack now ends up killing everyone inside the cult. Eating.
That's a mood.
Yeah, eating their kidneys. And once Jack becomes his normal self, he looks at what he's done, and he ends up ripping off one of their masks and then putting it on. So that's how he has his basically iconic blue masks. And yeah.
We got them.
Yeah. Yeah, so spooky. You got any?
No, bro, my kidneys are not healthy. You can't have them.
You can have mine, man. It's okay. I'll freely give them to him. You know, I have my reasons, man. I'm a
sacrifice. Sacrifice. Sacrifice.
Do you have any headcanons for Eyeless that you'd like to share?
Not really. Eyeless Jack's one of those where you mostly just deep dive. Because
Yeah.
I know you've had a couple of your little episodes where you just rant about EJ for hours.
I don't think I've ranted about EJ yet.
Yeah, I don't think so, but like you're getting there.
I'm getting there. So one of
It's
these
like a change
days.
of the season.
That's right. Next time we get on a call, I'm just gonna be like full on ranting about like a new Creepypasta character like every damn day.
It's gonna be like some random ass one I've never heard of before. Like, oh my god, did you hear that William Afton's a proxy now?
You know about William Afton, dumbass.
It was just a random one that I was thinking of.
I'm gonna end up bringing Lifeless Lucy or some shit.
Oh my. Oh, Lulu. Our beloved Lulu.
Oh, Lulu's a good character. We gotta go over her soon.
Oh, Lulu's so cute. We
Yeah.
should go over her.
Yeah.
I feel like the October special, we could do like an episode of like 3-in-1.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do Sally, Lazari, and a special with Lulu.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so next on our list is Slenderman, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so from our last podcast episode, we mainly talked about him, but it kind of varies, so we're gonna go over a little bit about him, because like I said, we went over him quite a bit in the last podcast episode, which was Slender the Arrival, which is the main antagonist or villain in that game. But basically, Slenderman is a fairly tall creature, averaging around probably 7 foot to like 12 feet. Um, from pictures, because all we need to know is that he's a very tall man that likes to wear suits, has a very white face, no eyes, no mouths, no, no mouth, no nose, just a very faceless man that's very tall and very white that makes people go crazy, um, and turns them into full entire crazy people that need help, basically.
Yeah, and also comment. As we
Uh-huh.
know, like besides like from Slender the Arrival backstory, there's not really a clear actual canon backstory of Slenderman. He's more of just an unknown entity that takes place as an antagonist in most settings that he appears in.
Yeah, because he originally occurred on, oh, what's that? Oh, I can't remember that one webpage. Oh, whoopsies. What was it? Uh ah where you basically had to draw something scary. Oh yeah, something awful. And so he was created on Something Awful, basically where you draw horror pictures and see which one wins. And so he was created 2009, and so he doesn't have a full backstory. People have created stories about him, but none are the original backstory. Yeah, do you have any theories or headcanons for him?
Um, I guess like most of our theories and headcanons we would have went over in the last episode when we went over the game.
That
So
that is true.
yeah, I'm sure we can put a link in the description of this episode, linking to our other episode.
Mhm.
So if you want more info on Slenderman, that's where you can look.
Yep. That's probably one of the main things. Otherwise, you could probably also look on the internet, watch some stuff that involves Slenderman, because a few years ago, um, a, some crazy shit happened with him. People didn't think that he was fake and decided to give in to their delusions and think he's real and try and kill each other.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Superstitions and stuff like that. And yeah, we're not promoting any of that. We don't want to promote that. Just
yeah,
briefly touching on it. So
yeah. If if you guys do ever get to that point where you know that they're real and just like and are harming others and yourself, then please speak to someone um, about it. And because yeah, it's okay here and there to think about things that you wish you can be in, but full on going through with actions, you should probably speak to someone about that.
yeah, get some actual help. We are not licensed therapists or chiropractors or like psych ward specialists. However, those vocab words go into line. We're
Yeah,
not specialized in any of that. We're not licensed to do that. We're not, especially not diagnosing anyone. But
yeah,
if you are like potentially having those feelings, do get some help.
yeah,
Just go for it. Now, before we go deep into this conversation, we should probably move on to the next person,
yep.
who
Wait,
is just happens to be not slender. Sally.
Yay,
We just went
Sally.
over slender.
Yep, another S. So Sally. So yeah. So Sally is basically a little girl that died. Basically, I'm pretty sure it's her uncle. It's been a while since I've read her story. Right? Yeah, her uncle. Yeah. So, basically, she's a little girl that went through some very traumatic things, with her uncle when he was staying at her and her parents' house for a while. Um, so he was basically, in words, abusing her. And so one night, her uncle and her uncle decides to take Sally all out on a little road, on a little drive to somewhere. And Sally ends up getting a feeling that something isn't right. So once the car stops, she basically gets out the car and starts booking it away from him into a wooded area. And so her uncle is right behind her, and he ends up grabbing a rock and basically hitting her in the head and making her basically die, um, from like basically brain trauma and bleeding out in a way. So we're talking about Sally Merriam Williams. So basically Sally Williams, no one else, but she's basically just called Sally, because that is her that's what people normally call her by. Yeah. You okay now? Yeah. You don't know. All right. Do you have any headcanons for Miss Sally?
Really? Is my mic working?
Yeah. Okay. You're sounding. You're not dying no more.
Okay. I'm gonna use this moment to quickly um yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you just saying? Are you just saying yeah, or are you actually trying to say something? Dude, you are so fucked up right now. Oh my god. So, what were you trying to say?
I'm just reading off the wiki page.
Uh huh.
If I read this, will my mic die?
Hopefully not.
Quickly read it. It says, on her 12th birthday, Johnny took Sally to get ice cream, but instead attacked her in the woods when she attempted to flee, leading to her murder.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it was her 12th birthday. It was her 12th birthday, and her uncle decided to offer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's depressing.
It is. I have to say, it's a really sad. It can be a really sad story, cause probably here and there that shit can happen IRL too. So
We're not getting into this conversation again.
yeah, no, we are not. We're gonna stay on our tracks and try and focus on what we're doing now.
Yeah. And the next person is Ben. Ben drowned.
Ben drown. Okay.
Oh, our musty boy.
Yeah, he is one boy. All right. Probably kind of dirty. Okay, there he
Yeah.
is. Okay. So, Ben Drown. Ah, I think it's been a while since I've basically heard Ben's story. Um, so from what I'm probably gonna say, it might not be correct for the original story, but I'm gonna try to explain it to the best of my abilities. So basically, Ben Drowned, was basically kind of like I'm gonna kind of go off the but before I full on start. I'm gonna basically kind of go off the one that I sort of kind of remember before he became actual Ben Drown. So I might not fully be correct, but like I said, it's been a hot minute. So his original name was I think it's like Ben Laman or Benjamin Laman, one of those two. But we're just gonna call him for Ben for short because that's his creepypasta name. So basically, Ben was a huge fan of Legend of Zelda, and so I can't remember the full story, but basically, like I said, he's a fan, a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. And basically he kind of got made fun of it for it, and basically he gets the he mainly gets the game Majora's Mask as that's kind of where the time he takes place around is Majora. Hi, so this is Avira Windsor on editing, and currently we're at Ben's part, and I want to put a quick note here. Um, Geo knows more than I do for Ben, apparently, so everything I say, don't listen to that. Probably listen more to what Geo says. But that was just a quick note. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And so I can't remember the full story, but basically, like I said, he's a fan, a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. And basically he kind of got made fun of it for it, and basically he gets the he mainly gets the game Majora's Mask as that's kind of where the time he takes place around is Majora's Mask. Um, and so,
Oh.
so from the thing I'm going off of, a little while he ended up dying from a cult known as the Moon Children, and basically, um, they basically gouged out his eyes and then made him drown. They pushed him in a lake and made him drown. And then basically he haunts Majora's Mask as he's just kind of a statue in a certain part. And here and there
Oh.
he will end up jump scaring your screen. This was way shortened because it's been a damn hot minute. Like I said,
Avira,
yeah.
where are you getting your are you getting your knowledge from, or what are you reading from?
I am going off a damn Wikipedia
I'm also going off of Wikipedia,
because I could
but
pull up the entire fucking story.
like the one I'm hearing right now,
Mm-hmm.
if my mic will let me read it, I'll just like kind of skim through it. It says that Ben Drowned is set in a fictional alternate universe set closely following that of Earth prior to the emergence a cult known as the Moon Children, who worship the moon, known
Mm-hmm.
to them as Luna. Sometime after the release of The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, a 12-year-old boy named Ben was chosen as the experiment for a new project by the Moon Children. Co- That's a word I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Coerced. Is my mic still okay?
Yeah. You're so good.
Okay, sweet. Like coerced, I think,
Uh
the
huh.
word, by them to join their group under the promise of having friends and being like his childhood hero, Link. Ben was soon unwillingly drowned in an oh, Moon Children ritual called Ascension, where the sacrifice becomes a prisoner of their own making, a catalyst for the cult to continue their plans. The resulting creation named Ben, the original Ben, no longer having any physical control of the dominant mindset, is sealed inside a copy of Majora's Mask and merged with the programs within, before being subsequently watched over by an old man. The old man in time entrusts the cartridge to a random college sophomore student who bought it, not knowing that it was a cursed object, while several of the cult's members began to continue their plan within the internet, including a mysterious being known as Calibris the Father, like in quotations, who
Mm-hmm.
online takes the form of Happy Mask salesman. Ultimately, upon entering the internet themselves, Ben, like all caps Ben,
Yeah.
begins to wreak havoc on the sites and videos with a sophomore student known as Joyabsel, I don't know, Joyable, who interacted in all services of the father, in quotations.
All right. Yeah.
So he
So.
was under the promise that he was having friends and be like his childhood hero, Link,
All right. Yeah. That
and
that makes more.
unwillingly drowned.
Yeah. That makes more sense. So. Like I've said multiple times, it's been a minute.
He,
Yeah. So do you have any headcanons theories?
um,
What
oh,
it?
is Ben canonically like a 12-year-old boy also? Or did
Yeah.
he age?
No, he's dead. so he so since he's dead,
Yeah,
he basically does. He kind of aged. I think people had many different takes on aging as a ghost. So some people may say that Ben will, that some ghosts will stay the age that they died. So Ben can stay 12 forever, but or there's some people that say that they can age and they probably might just stay the same, or they might and they'll stay the same, like look the same age how they died, but their numbers going up or some shit like that.
yeah, and also I guess like as a ghost, you can also mentally age. So
Mm-hmm.
like your brain is aging while you're dead. It's like you learn more things.
Yeah.
So I guess like a headcanon is that yeah, both me and you know this. We made this canon in our Minecraft world.
Yeah.
Um Ben's a very musty freak.
Yeah.
He's a musty boy. He yeah, if I remember correctly, how we designed his room. It's very dark. It's very like dingy with cobwebs and like dust and must and like mold everywhere. It's gross.
Yeah.
And he has clothes laying everywhere. Very dirty, messy,
Mm-hmm.
and disorganized.
Yeah. But with the ghost aging thing, I have a small thing that that Ben will. look the exact same age how he died, but he's growing old. But he his body doesn't age, but sort in kind of his brain, but he ages in a way. That makes sense.
Intensely typing.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we move on to our next person?
Clockwork.
Clockwork. Okay. I'm
Welcome to the show, bestie.
yeah. All right, so this one I'm pretty sure I can remember her story pretty well. I don't know why.
I
Her
remember watching an animation video on YouTube
I know.
that summed it up.
Yeah. I've watched quite a bit of stuff for Clockwork, and it just stays in my head for some reason. So basically, Clockwork's original name is Natalie Ollett. I probably mispronounced her last name hard, very badly. But so we're gonna call her Natalie and also Clockwork. So basically, Natalie was born in not the best type of family as you'd think. Her parents were, and she had a younger brother, and also her parents, and they were basically, I would say, mentally and physically abusive. I could be wrong though, but from what I've heard, it was basically like that. She she was basically a normal girl for a while, and then the abuse finally caught up to her to where she would make dark pictures um, and make her go crazy enough to the point where she got her mom's sewing kit and ended up stitching a smile in her face, which seems to be a pretty common coincidence for some people. With a lot of stories, making a little smile, gotta be happy 24/7. Um, and after that, her family found out, it was sent her to a doctor to get some help, but she didn't like that at all, not one bit. So one day the doctor was trying to give her a shot to make her calm down. Natalie did not enjoy that one bit, to the point where she ended up breaking out the restraints that she was in, and then ended up killing the doctor. And so her parents didn't fully know about that, and so she came home. She grabbed a, I can't it's either happened before or after, but she ended up grabbing a clock and stuffing it inside her right eye. Right eye. I want to say it was either right or left, but yeah. But basically, she shoved a clock inside her eye, and then she ended up killing her mother, father, and brother, and lit the house ablaze. Yeah.
So her first victims were
What?
two security guards.
Yeah. Okay, Pike's trying to kill itself again.
Yeah. Every time I just hear you being clueless, I always know my mic is killing itself again.
Yeah.
I just listen for your clueless noises.
Yeah. Or I just start randomly giggling. What? Yeah. All right.
God damn it.
What?
It's our French fry. It's our
Your mic's not alright.
our French French fry. It's our French fry, our McDonald's French fry basket.
Oh my god, yeah.
Our McDonald's French fry.
Yeah. Alright, so next in our boat is
French fry.
is Hoodie. So we've come across another character that doesn't fully have a full backstory, because he isn't originally from Creepypasta, but people just tend to add him and another person in Creepypasta because they basically are associated with the Slender Man. But basically there's an AU where the two universes cross over to each other and make it simple. But his original name is Brian Thomas, and he was he was formerly an actor before basically Slenderman kind of manipulated him into stealing medicine from meds from one of his good friends, and basically is kind of helping, but he was also kind of not in a way. But basically, he kind of died.
Wow. These are great explaining. Oh my god.
I know you haven't watched The Thing yet, so I don't want to, just in case you do want to watch it, I don't want to go full into it.
He's kind of dead. He's kind of dead.
He's so
No, he was alive. He was alive and he stole some meds and then he kind of died.
he but with the upcoming with the upcoming with the upcoming character, the character we talk about next, Masky, he his original name is Timothy Wright, and he pushes Hoodie off the edge of the building, and so he falls to his death, breaking his neck.
Oh my god, he's just kind of dead.
Dude, one of these days I'm gonna make you watch the videos.
No. It's just kind of dead. It's kind of
dead. Yeah. Yeah, so
it's kind of dead.
he died from fall damage.
He's just kind of dead.
Kind of dead.
Oh, god damn it, he's just kind of dead.
Yeah. Alright, so you want to move on to the next character?
But no, he's just kind of dead. Yeah, we can move on to Masky.
Yeah, so
oh my god, the two of a kind.
Yeah, so another thing is that Masky is also not from.
Just kind of dead.
He's actually not dead. So, just a quick note also for this one, the same as Hoodie. Masky does not originally come from the Creepypasta universe. It also comes from another Slenderverse thing that I don't think I said the name of, but but it's called Marble Hornets, which is a Slenderverse thing that came out 2009 actually, a few days after Slenderman was born.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anywho, so Maskey's full real name is Timothy Wright, or other known as Timothy or Timothy Wright.
Dude.
He also does not have a full original full release backstory. So, from the time of this, he was also a film student that was helping basically Brian out with being an actor. They auditioned with a guy named Alex and then a guy named Jay. They aren't really irrelevant, but they kind of are for the original story. But we're basically just talking about Maskey or Tim. So Maskey is Tim's other self that basically happens when he doesn't take his meds that helps his slender sickness. So basically, he can't remember anything once he's not Maskey anymore. Yeah, but he is still alive. He killed Hoodie by accident. He also killed the director, Alex, because he he was trying to kill everyone else. That was helping make the film. Yeah. Yeah, but he's still alive.
Oh
Now,
no. Hoodie is just kinda dead.
kind of dead. Yeah. Oh, we didn't go over headcanons for Hoodie, so we'll go over. We can go over headcanons for Maskey and Hoodie.
McDonald's. Fry. Basket.
Yeah, Noah. Noah.
We can take a picture of our Minecraft world.
Oh my god.
Hoodie's room. Our Minecraft world. We can take a picture and plaster right on top of the screen.
Oh my god, yeah. But
Because it is a beautiful monstrosity.
yeah. So, but my little headcanon for mainly Maskey is that Hoodie kind of crossovers. Tim has extreme kind of PTSD, so because there's a scene where he hears gunshots, and that's his friend dying from the other guy that he killed. So he gets kind of nervous with thunder, thinking it's kind of the gunshots, and so Hoodie kind of helps him with that, because at least in our AU, Hoodie's still alive. He hasn't kicked the buckets from fall damage.
Yeah, he's not that kind of dead.
Yeah, he's just sort of dead. Dead inside. Just dead inside. Not actually dead though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any headcanons for you'd like to go over?
None that we haven't already.
Okay. Oopsies. Time for our next guest.
Ooh, X virus.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will be completely honest, I know nothing about X virus. So you're on your own.
You don't? Oh, wow.
I know nothing about that kid. All I know is that the kid is he started his own faction, I think. Cause I think he got pissed off or something. Yeah.
Oh boy, you're in a treat. Okay. Why is my thing being weird? Okay, there we go. So, X virus, the great guy. Well, he isn't really great. But basically, kind of for a short version of a story, He was a kid that lived in foster care or an orphanage, mainly foster care because he was adopted by a scientist because his bio parents were complete bullshit. But he was like I said, he was his original name is also Cody. He does not have a full last name because Cody is kind of, from what I've heard, isn't fully his original name, but people just call him Cody because that is who he is. Yeah. Anywho, he, like I said, he got adopted by a scientist, and he got interested in what his adoptive father was working on. So Cody would help his dad out in the laboratory, learning about viruses, chemicals, everything like that, like a natural scientist would. And one night, Cody decides to, you know, go fully in with 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 going
He
into virus.
becomes the chemicals.
Yeah, kind of.
He becomes he becomes the chemical.
Yeah, he makes a virus he was testing on rats because that's what people do apparently. But he decides to
Yes.
see what it does to humans. So he ends up
Oh,
basically getting a kind of gas mask and a hoodie and his original decorations. He
we can plaster a picture on the screen too.
Yeah. He also got a baseball bat that he put rusted nails into. So he brought that with the virus that he made and decided to go fuck around with people and test the virus on them and making everyone die. Well, everyone that he tested on die. And so then he runs out into a forest and then meets the next character that we're going to be talking about. But instead of giving his actual name, Cody, he decides to call himself X Virus. Yay! You got any theories, headcanons for X Virus?
Overall, I think X Virus is a pretty cool character. That's kind of
Yeah,
he's an okay kid.
he's an okay kid. Wow, you aren't gonna go full deep into it.
Oh, why would I? He's a kid.
Oh boy. Yeah. Me personally, I don't fully have any headcanons for X Virus. All I do know is that he's a pretty good character. Anywho, so next,
Cody.
yeah, next character we're gonna be talking about is Tiki Toby. But quick note,
Toby.
yeah, apparently his original creator tried to get him kind of get him taken out of the Creepypasta fandom, but he isn't fully dead from it because he just got so popular that people were like, we can't get rid of him. He's just a good character. Anywho, so besides that note, we're his Tiki Toby. His full name is Tobias Aaron Rogers, otherwise, or Toby Aaron Rogers. He has quite a few disorders that I'll quickly go over because they're kind of important. So he has CIPA, which is basically you are numb to pain. You can't feel it. Dude cannot feel it. He has schizophrenia, Tourette syndrome. he has PTSD because before we get into the story, quick spoiler real quick, his sister died in a car accident with him. He has another condition that enzima. I could pronouncing that entirely fucking wrong. Basically memory loss. After he met Slender, he has ADHD and bipolar. Okay.
And the main one also, he does have Tourette syndrome.
Yep, I went over that one, but yeah, that's also a main one. So basically, his dad shit. His father was very abusive. He got bullied in school. One day he went off the rails. He ended up getting 2 hatchets or axes in this case. From a shed and a thing of gasoline. His father was sitting, I want to say, in a chair, and Toby decided to behead him and just cut him up, fully cut him up, I want to say. And then after that, his mother realized, his mother saw, so then he ended up pouring gasoline in the house or outside it, whatnot, and lit the house ablaze, you know? So then, at first, I'm pretty sure he was tempted to kill him, to off himself. But Slenderman ended up coming up being like, hey, no, don't do that. That's not very slay of you, man. And Toby's like, oh shit, you right. And and
That's a horrible way of portraying
it. And they ended up going into the woods. But I forgot to mention, I probably did as his for the PTSD part. Before he ends up going off the rails and killing his dad, lighting his house on fire and whatnot, he was in a car with his sister, and they ended up being hit by another car, and his sister ends up dying. Dying. And so then he was left with a big gash on the side of his cheek, so then you can see inside his mouth from the side of his face.
Oh my god, a car!
Yeah. Yeah, you got any headcanons for him?
No, you're the person that mostly Toby.
Yeah. Well, at least with my AU, yeah, Toby can be kind of annoying for mainly Masky, as that's what the fandom portrays him as, so I'm kind of used to that. And so, but Hoodie and Masky are kind of his, adoptive fathers, but they didn't really declare it, they just act kind of fatherly for Toby. That's just my little headcanon. That's for like all 3 of them. Nothing too severe, nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shall we go on with our next character?
Oh yeah. Our next character is Lazari.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will mention some brief stuff that I just remember, because I know in all the stuff that we did with Creepypastas, I played Lazari for a lot of them. So just based off of what I remember from Lazari was that I don't know if she has. I think she does have like a full on backstory.
Yeah.
I apologize if my mic is picking itself up. I don't remember if she has like an actual full backstory. I know that she did originate from Zalgo,
Mhm.
like the like I know that she did, like she was part of his crew, and then like I think she escaped or something. Like she's part demon. She isn't like she like Zalgo's daughter or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
One of Zelgo's kids. I sort of
Yeah.
remember the full original story. Um it's
Yeah, she's pretty much just a demon teenage girl.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her original name is Lazari Natalie Swan. And she's basically originated from the comic I Eat Pasta for Breakfast.
Oh,
Um,
my favorite.
so
My
basically,
I remember watching those.
yeah. Yeah, so basically, Lazari was born from her mother. Well, before Lazari was born, her mother was not able to bear a child, as if she tried to, the baby would die. But she ended up meeting um, a human named Evan Harrison or whatever. That was actually Zelgo, and um, she so she ended up making it to where she could have a child, but the child would be cursed, basically. Um, and so had when she had Lazari, Algo decided to dip, be the absent father.
Oh yeah, as one does. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, as one does. Um, So, Glazari was a complete normal girl until the age of 4, where she was playing outside, and next thing Glazari's mother knows is that she hears screaming from one of her neighbors. She runs to where the noise is happening from, and Glazari is eating her neighbor, and she basically looked possessed to the
Oh
point.
yeah, did we forget to mention that Lazari's also cannibal? So
uh
there's cannibalism.
yeah, cannibalism. um yeah, so anywho, was
Bit late.
yeah, Lazari's mother takes Lazari into the basement and ends up basically trying to expel the demon from her, which
Uh-huh. Lovely.
yeah, so basically she was chained to the wall, isolated from everyone. She was beat, tortured, anything to get that demon out of her. But deep down, that demon could never leave, because that's just who she was. And
He is the
then
demon.
and a few years of fails and retries and fails. Her mother tries to summon Zalgo back because she read a book about Zalgo, but he never answered her. So soon enough, she ended up taking Lazari outside into a foresty area, and this part contains suicide. But her mother ends up hanging herself
Oh.
in from a tree in front of her daughter Lazari, and Lazari ends up being taken away by Slenderman. It's a pretty sad story, but if you want her full original story, we would recommend checking out I Eat Pasta for Breakfast.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I still have if I remember really hard, I think I can still remember like a really graphic fan art I saw a long time ago.
Mhm.
This was like a long time ago. This was like when I was still watching I Ate Pasta for Breakfast. I think
Yeah.
it might have been like from the same creator of that. It was like a really graphic like picture of that. Of
Yeah.
just like yeah, especially trigger warning for like her mom hangs herself in the middle of the forest, as you said.
Mhm.
Like it's super graphic and super dark. And it's like
Yeah.
And that's just like a horrible thing to like imagine or like think about.
Mhm. Yeah, it
Especially like in front of your own kid too. Like,
it
do you not have that like that kid, like you gave birth to that kid. You made a deal with the devil to have that kid. And yet you
yeah.
just flat out and like off yourself like that right in front of your kid.
It's really sad.
Like that's horrible.
Yeah.
But
Um
yeah, if anyone does want to read the full story, do recommend I Eat Pasta for Breakfast. It is a bit scuffed because
yeah.
it's drawn. It's also made years ago. I don't
Yeah.
remember when it was made. A long time ago though.
Yeah, it was made a while ago.
Yeah. So do recommend it. Just watch at your own risk, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, here. Do you want me to read the thing that Lazari first says in the before the full thing begins? It kind
Yeah,
of
read it.
okay, so it says, there once was a woman whose body was cursed. If she dare bear a child, it will die before its birth. Though madness he kept, the monster of dark, he promised the child to ease the woman's heart. A daughter at last, she wept with joy, not knowing at once she was just his toy. And then, yeah.
That's poetic.
Yeah, it is. In my,
Horrible meaning, but
it,
that's pretty good, pretty damn good poem.
yeah.
All right, who's our next character? I forgot.
Our
Laughing Jack, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, before we go on to LJ, do you have any theories for or headcanons for Lazari?
I don't think there's a theory or a headcanon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mostly just assuming that Lazari, like she can't really die because she's also like kind of immortal. She's
Yeah.
a demon,
Yeah.
pretty much. So like assuming that she doesn't die, like she never dies, she still can age in some way.
Uh huh.
Because I know when I eat pasta for breakfast, she does age. Like you see her as a kid, and then like I think in like couple like I don't know if it was like episode. I don't know when it was. You see her as a teenager, so
Yeah.
she does age in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. In my opinion, I think I ate pasta for breakfast was an okay thing. Some ships a ship in there was like kind of treading on thin ice. But the one thing I mostly hated the most, besides Masky sounding more feminine than he actually is that um, Lazari was way overpowered. She was too overpowered. So honestly, in my things,
Yeah.
as it was a little whoa, headcanon for me, Lazari is not as overpowered as she is portrayed uh, in
I feel
the
like
thing.
Lazari would just be a kid.
Yeah,
She'd just be like a kid with demonic powers that, but she has no idea how to use them.
yeah, yeah. Anywho, shall we go on to Laughing Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, so Laughing Jack. Um, he is a clown, so if you kind of have a clown
Oh my
thing,
god, a clown.
I would recommend maybe skipping this part. I don't know. It, yeah. But anywho, so basically, Jack, the Laughing Jack, was a colorful clown, and he was a clown from a Jack in a Box. You know one of those boxes that you wind up, and then like a little clown guy ends up jumping out from the top.
Yeah, I hate those things. Last
Yeah.
time I had one, I chucked at the wall.
Yeah, so basically, Laughing Jack was originally one of those. He was owned by a boy named Isaac Grossman, or that's what it says. Yeah. But anywho, as he grew up, he decided that he got bored of Laughing Jack, and to the point where Jack grew to be isolated and kind of depressed because no one was basically playing with him. So to the point where he loses color and he becomes a serial killer, a cold one at that.
He becomes emo.
Yeah, so I can't remember his full entire story, but I'm pretty sure he ends up killing his original owner. But with that, he once they oh my gosh, my Discord is spamming me. Why don't people understand that I am recording?
Yeah, and just all originality. Yup, that's a word now. I hope you know that that's a word. But commonly speaking about like just Jack in the Boxes.
Uh-huh.
This Jack in the Box was alive. Like
Yeah.
LJ, Laughing Jack, he's definitely alive.
He was
He's
alive.
a little that's kind of strange, but he is alive.
Mhm.
And I'm sure have you mentioned like Toy Story? Some toys are forgotten
Yeah.
and they don't get used as much. So
They become
LJ, since
uh-huh.
yeah, since he's kind of alive, we can assume that he had feelings. I guess kind of
Mhm.
because he did. He did
Yeah.
become a little depressed.
Yeah.
That's why he lost his color.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we can kind of just assume that it drove him to the point where he was insane. Like he went completely lost his sanity, like went batshit crazy, and then
Yeah.
decided to murder everyone.
Yep.
But we don't
Yeah.
promote
We don't
clowns.
we I thought you were going to say we don't promote murder. Yeah. Uh
Oh, that's a different story.
um but killing with offing people, he's able to turn their insides into candy.
Oh,
Yep, and I'm pretty sure if he tries to give someone candy, it is most likely poisonous. So I would recommend he is fake, but if if this were ever to happen, don't take candies from strangers. Not that isn't on Halloween, guys. Don't do it.
actually, even on Halloween, if you celebrate it or not, just be cautious. Be cautious
Yeah.
of what candy you take.
Yep. Yep.
Make
In
healthy
gen
decisions.
yeah, in general, just be smart in what you take from strangers. Be careful.
Just make wise choices.
Yeah.
Don't be a dumbass, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we came to the conclusion that Laughing Jack, when he kills his victims, he makes them into piñatas.
Pinatas.
Yeah, they become piñatas and their insides turn to candy.
Yep.
That's likely spiked. All of them.
Yep.
All the candy.
Every time it's a creepypasta's birthday, he goes out, kills a kid, and then brings them back to the mansion's like Pinata's here.
I assume he also like changed the design of what the corpse looks like. So
Probably.
he'll take a dead body, like a dead corpse. This is a really dark subject. He takes like,
Yeah.
a dead kid's corpse and he turns it
Fucking
like a
unicorn.
llama or something. Yeah, a unicorn. A unicorn. A pony.
A pony. Oh my
A
god.
pony.
Oh. Oh boy. But shall we move on to our next character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um last but certainly not least, we have Jane the Killer.
Yeah. So there
Uh My
There,
favorite hero on the channel.
yeah.
Sorry to cut
But
you off.
it's okay. But before we full on get into Jane the Killer's story, kind of, well, summary, um, there's like three different types of Jane's story. We're gonna kind of basically talk about Jane Richardson, because yeah,
Yeah, Jane Richardson is mostly just the canonical Jane the Killer. Like most canon that we can get
yeah.
is so. There are obviously fanon stories, fanon designs. We're trying to be as canon as possible, but that's kind of hard when a lot of the characters are kind of fanon, just in general.
Yeah. Um. But yeah. Skipping right on into here. So her full name is Jane Todd Richardson, or yeah, Richardson, mainly Richardson, as that's how some people pronounce it. Um. Basically, kind of jumping in. She's a normal girl, a lesbian girl to be exact. She had a loving girlfriend. You know, gotta love those girlfriends. But one day, her parents were both murdered by, you wouldn't guess it, Jeff the Killer.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Um, and basically,
Mhm.
um, oh boy. Um, oh, trying to think. It's been a hot minute. Um,
Just a lot we can assume with Jane is there's a very canon, also very fanon, but
mhm.
mostly just very canon. Um, Jane and Jeff's rivalry with each other. They
Yeah.
they despise each other in 20 million ways. Like there's infinite ways of that they hate each other.
Oh yeah.
For mostly because of the fact that Jeff did kill Jane's family. I think in some stories I think he also set her house on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was also a part of it. So Jane, when you put Jane and Jeff, when you just take their either canon or fan designs, any really design because they kind of all look the same in some
Yeah.
way.
Uh huh.
Their characters just looked over. They especially with the face. If you look at the face, they kind of just resonate with each other. They look
Mhm.
alike, kind of. Besides Jeff's major smile and Jane's very demure painted mask, like
Yeah.
just they both kind of look alike because they do have similar stories. Like they were both burnt and they were boned. They were both vengeful in a way.
Yeah. Cause basically, Jet from ones that is probably more of a Fanon or other Jane version where her parents and her were having a dinner. Jeff ended up coming along, killing her parents, tried to kill Jane, kept her alive for some reason, and then ended up lighting her house on fire. So then that's how she got a little crispy. And
No, not the crispy. That's crazy.
she got a little
No,
crispy.
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's many different versions of her and her art and stories, so kind of read the one that you think would kind of go off the one that you think would be more suited for Jane and whatnot. Yeah.
Think what you will, we won't judge. It's whether who you design and who you believe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to add?
Um. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, also,
Uh huh.
Jane is canonically married. So yeah, Jane is a lesbian and she does have a wife.
Yep,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure her girlfriend is still her wife. Her wife's name is Mary. You know, they seem pretty happy. You know,
oh, Mary,
uh, Mary.
Mary, Mary.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just who you wanna, who and where and what.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's everyone on our list. Yeah.
Hmm.
Super duper exciting.
Yeah, just going over the main. When you just think of the broad subject of creepypasta, these are just the main ones that we thought of and we went over.
Mhm.
Obviously, like there are other creepypastas, like
A whole bunch.
yeah,
Cause
yeah, there's a lot.
there's Smile Dog,
Yeah, there's
Puppeteer, Bloody Painter, a whole shit, a whole bunch.
yeah, just a lot. I
Mhm.
don't know the exact number. I don't know if there's an exact number because I know a lot of people they also make their OCs as creepypastas.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's just a lot, and we obviously can't go over all of them.
Mhm.
So these are the ones that we got to. And if you have any more ideas or like suggestions for more OCs and more characters we could go over in the future, like leave them in the comments. We're happy for feedback.
Yep. Yeah, we got some special episodes planned for October as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys should be keeping your eye out for that. Yeah, so we would we'd recommend subscribing so then you guys can be notified every time we post a new video. Well, yeah, subscribing and then hitting the bell icon so then you guys can be notified when we post another video. Yeah, be doing some specials for different holiday seasons and whatnot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'd just like to stress even more that me and Avira have very different and very wild schedules, so we can't always promise that the videos will be out on a regular basis, like regular
Mhm.
weekly basis. Because I know that Avira does have some stuff going on next week, so we won't be recording next week. So there will not be episode 4 will be delayed a week.
Yeah.
So just a small forewarning for that.
Mhm.
We would like to just stress and let it know just more. Probably talk about this almost every single episode. Just saying that we have different schedules. So just be lenient with how our posting, you know?
Yeah, because then it might take a bit too, because all the editing and whatnot.
Oh, yes, the dreaded editing.
Oh, yeah. Which, speaking of editing, it's okay. I somewhat enjoy it. You get a die
Yeah,
every time.
we'll work. We'll work on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so anything else we should go over before saying our goodbyes?
I don't think so. Unless, do you have anything?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty. Well, viewers and whoever decides to watch, um, I'm gonna lead this outro again, like the last episode. Let's go. This is
Yeah.
my mic's gonna cut out so bad right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is Theo Aster. Sign out. You toss the microphone. Yeet.
Yeah. Anywho, carrying on from Giazzacho, this is Avira Windsor signing off for this episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Hi, so this is Avira, still editing. Just wanted to put out a quick note before this episode fully ends. Thank you so much for watching again. But make sure, quick thing for where we got information from and images. I got the images off of Google, and for fan art ones, they all belong to the rightful owners. For Maskey slash Tim and Hoodie slash Brian, they're all screenshots from Marble Hornet, so make sure you guys go show those people some love because they make some really cool things. Also with Lazari's picture, make sure you guys can also check out I Eat Pasta for Breakfast, which you can read the comic on DeviantArt made by Chibi, I want to say. And then, or you can also look on YouTube and find it being voiceovered, where you can also watch that. Yeah, just want to put a quick note out there, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It took a lot of time, and yeah, yeah, hopefully to see you guys during the next one. And make sure you guys subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, possibly leave a like, anything, because it will help us out a whole bunch. But anywho, this is Avir Windsor. That's editing, signing off. Thank you guys so much. Bye!